What's good? What's good? Welcome to Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we're here to bring you an epic spoiler review discussion on Spider-Man No Way Home. Just dropped. Seen it. We're going to talk about it. We've got a lot to say about this movie. And this is spoiler discussion, so we ain't holding back. And we're going to spoil it.
So if you ain't cool with that, you need to go watch the other video.
No, but they cool with it. That's why they here. But before we do that, we got an intro. All right, we have returned. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home, spoiler discussion. Okay, so everybody been wondering what is all going on in this movie. So we didn't hear the stuff. We know there's going to be Spider-Mans from the other movies. We know there's going to be all these villains.
Right.
We don't know exactly what's the deal or how it all fits together. We here to tell you. Question, did it all work for you?
So here's a weird thing. The stuff that didn't work for me worked for me because it didn't work for me.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it's like one of the best lines in the movie to me is when Doctor Strange is getting on Spider-Man's case when he found out he never appealed the rejection from MIT.
Uh-huh.
And it's like he gets all up and it's like, you're telling me that before you came to me to rewrite reality, you didn't even think to pick up a phone and call?
See, that right there to me is another reason why I don't like Doctor Strange in this movie, because he didn't ask you to do that. You came up with that conclusion yourself. Right. He asked you, is there anything we can do? And you could have said no. But you decided to do this. It backfired on you. Now it's all his fault.
Right.
Grow the hell up. And you take care of your responsibilities.
Agreed.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Well, former Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, I see why. And I'm going to tell you why. This spoiler discussion, Wong is Sorcerer Supreme. And they need to keep it that way. Tell the truth.
I'm with you. Look, there's no way Wong doesn't make a better Sorcerer Supreme.
He's been doing this longer. He's more responsible.
Yep.
And, I mean, shoot, he's Wong.
Wong would have never done it.
And in the comics, Wong was just always a sidekick.
Yeah.
He was always carrying Doctor Strange stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Doctor Strange like, oh, I need that spell. Hey, Wong, get that for me. You got two hands, Doctor. I mean, why I got to get
two hands, a levitating cloak, and magic, bruh. Get it yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. You the assistant. That's how this shit work. Got me? But no, okay.
Like, even from the jump, when they first entered the Sanctum Sanctorum, and Doctor Strange is trying to make it out like somebody else fucked it up. It's like, yeah, well, I blipped for 5 years like everybody else, and somebody didn't upkeep the spells. And Wong wasted no time. That's because somebody has a higher duty now, and somebody else didn't keep up the spells.
Right. So, okay, let's get on the whole movie plot. So, as we know, Spider-Man got outed. He got outed as Peter Parker. And now his whole life turned upside down. And he got the media's on him, and then we got social media these days. Yeah. So he ain't got to wait on the news. That's all on the net. That's on Instagram, TikTok, everything.
This man walking into class his first day, the entire school is taking pictures of this.
Right? Yeah, I know. That's
man, that's foul.
Right. So okay. Most of the beginning of the movie, Peter trying to figure out how he's going to live his life, and he's starting to realize the people around him is being hurt or whatever. And you know what? And he really ain't done that much. He fought two villains. You know what I'm saying? When I think about it, the Spider-Man at this point didn't fought like 30, 40 villains in the comics, and been Spider-Man for at least 3-4 years. He's been Spider-Man for like 2 years, fought two villains, and somehow he's the most popular. And that's the thing. We have superheroes in this universe, and everybody know their identity. Why is this a big deal now?
Like, and not only that, it's like it's a weird thing because he's the only person anywhere near that level that wasn't like outright with their personality.
Yeah,
their persona rather. But like, he's also the only one who's a normal person.
yeah.
Like, Tony Stark was a billionaire.
Right.
Black Widow and Hawkeye were secret agents.
Yeah.
T'Challa's the king of a whole damn country.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's the only one that had a protected identity.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That was always the plot. But the way they showed that how Superman and superheroes are normal in this universe, what's the big deal?
I mean, I just remembered Flash had wrote his own book about how he was Spider-Man's best friend.
Did he?
Yeah. Like when they would.
And we always know that was always Flash story arc anyway. He always
Spidey's
was
best
Spider-Man.
pal.
Right, but he actually wasn't. He actually wanted. He was like Spider-Man's best
biggest fan. Yeah.
And he hated Peter Parker.
Yeah. And though granted, being a Spider-Man fan did end up leading to him being a better person. But
sure.
I mean, he ended up being a villain.
All right,
Venom,
cool.
But the school stuff in this is the only time I wasn't annoyed by them focusing on Spider-Man when he's in school, just because it actually has something to do with what's going on.
Right. It was more. I think he was going to be cool with his life not turning out the way he wanted, but he started to see that
it was affecting his friends,
his people around him.
Yeah,
they wouldn't get into college because they knew him.
Yeah,
they was friends with him, and it was it was clear. So, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. So then we started to introduce our villains, and we get Dr. Octopus coming in first. So they get a nice little scene with that.
Hot too.
And I know. And the way Alfred Molina played, I'm looking like, man, he's I don't remember him being that crazy in part 2, but I might have to go back to watch part 2.
I mean, remember he was talking to his tentacles.
Which they continued that.
Harry, Larry, Flo, and Mo. The tentacles do have names.
I think I do remember him naming them. But that was kind of before he went crazy, right? It was just kind of like a thing. Now it was
that was also an Alfred Molina thing. He named all of them. So like he would talk to when he would talk to the puppeteers between takes, he would talk directly to the tentacles.
Harry to do this, get Mo to do this, stuff like that. So he came in and he was kind of a little maniacal. Where I was like, I remember him kind of losing it, but he was just.
Keep in mind, like he had the most horrible sense of humor in that in 2. It's like when he's on the train with Spider-Man before he yeets himself off the train. Gotta go, Spider-Man. Looks like you have a train to catch.
Right. So I remember 2 wasn't my favorite. Everybody loved 2, but 2 was like my least favorite.
Really?
I mean, 3 did make it top 2, but 2 was always I never cared for 2. But yeah, that's why I was like, wasn't 100% familiar with. I ain't gonna say I wasn't. I just don't remember Dr. Otto Octavius, and he was just like a little over the top. But I guess he had a reason because the chip was broke. The chip that's behind his neck is broke.
Well, so the AI from the arms is like constantly like in his head,
which I guess that it kind of makes sense or whatever. So anyway, we get him in, and then we get a little scene, which is cool. Then Green Goblin come in, and
like just when you think the scene is wrapping up nicely, everybody gets to go home. You hear that laugh, the pumpkin bombs plinks against the highway.
Which I was wondering. Okay, so they had so Doctor Strange. Let's go back a little bit when he made the spell. So the way how all that played out was he asked like, "Hey, is it a way that we can?" Is there any way you can go back in time and change it that never happened? He's like, I don't have the time stone no more. And we talked about that because he still got that mug around his neck. He's like, I don't have the time stone no more. So, but I can do something else. I can make everybody forget. Use the spell.
Even the way he comes up with that idea is like so ham-fisted.
Dude.
Like on him, like I'm not even talking about storytelling, but on him is like, Oh yeah, that you know what? There is a memory spell.
Right, and to me, when he came up with it, it's like, oh yeah, I guess I could do that. And it's like you're gonna make everybody in the world forget something, and he just casually
Casually,
he just casually just like he just casually just did it or decided to do it, and I was like, that's a big thing. And not only you gonna do that, you got to get it right. Even though you got to get it right, you didn't explain the parameters of what you doing before you did it.
He also didn't like ask any questions. It's like as he's writing the spell, like you see in the trailer, Peter's like, oh well, so and so needs to know, and so and so needs to, and so and so.
Right.
It's
But
like,
see,
why didn't you line that up before you? Like this dude immediately walked in the middle of the room and just, all right, I'm gonna do all that.
That not only that, but you could at least explain to him, if you talk during this spell, it's gonna change something or mess something up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, that kind of on you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you start doing something and you don't explain what'll happen if you get interfered with, and somebody's like, oh, well, I was just walking by, that's on you for not explaining that.
And like one of the things that we keep like kind of coming back to, Peter's still a kid. Yeah. So you tell a kid, I can fix all your problems with a couple of words, they're gonna jump on that. They're not gonna ask questions.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like that's your job.
But the thing is, the consequences should fall on Dr. Strange.
Yeah.
If something go wrong.
And they will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he kind of was like, this your fault. Much as he was saying, this your fault.
He made a point every time they talked. It's like, since you mess things up.
It made me not like this dude, man. I swear to God. I was watching. I don't like this dude.
Well, like, I've never liked him. So, like, even in his movie, I didn't
have a problem with him. Now I do.
Like, because the thing is, like, Doctor Strange has never learned a single, like, life lesson.
Now, I don't know exactly. I never was a Doctor Strange.
I mean, since he got brought into the MCU, he hasn't learned a single life lesson. Right. He learned magic, and then he went from there. Like,
learned magic, and all of a sudden, he's a sorcerer supreme.
Yeah.
I guess you would be arrogant too. If you just,
like,
as soon as you learn, you the best.
Like, especially like you were already an arrogant asshole. You were the best surgeon in at least in the country, and then you lose that. You become a wizard, and within a couple months, you become the sorcerer supreme.
Yeah, overtaking people that's been there.
Mordo been there for some time.
Yeah.
Wong been there for some time. Nah, this new kid with the goatee, that's the sorcerer supreme. Yeah,
yeah,
with the dishwashing gloves.
By the way, his goatee looked like it was fresh, like it was just for man.
They even find the box when they're in the Undercroft. Like MJ finds the box of the Just for Man.
Oh wow, she did.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Oh, you missed that. Yeah, it's like she actually holds up the box, looks at it funny, and then tosses it to the side.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Anyway, so let's move on. But no, the Doctor Strange stuff, I thought Doctor Strange was an a-hole.
Yeah.
I didn't like him, and I thought that he was going to have an excuse for being such an a-hole, but no, he's just an a-hole.
You know what it is? He's still salty that he's not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore, so he's throwing that on everybody else.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, FYI, Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme now.
As it should be.
Right, but he say, oh, he got in technicality because I blipped. He became Sorcerer Supreme. No, you know what? Actually, he should be the Sorcerer Supreme.
Like, you know what? This is what we needed. Yeah.
But no. So anyway, spell got messed up. And all the other Spider-Man, not too sure how they got there.
So like, the
ones that died and stuff,
Like, I'm still trying to come to grips with that. It's like, well, even folks who knew who Spider-Man and Peter Parker were before
some people
this,
didn't know who he was. Right.
So it's like, I don't think Max ever learned who he was,
because they showed him later when he took his mask off. He was like, "Well, I was gonna throw that out." He said, "Oh, I thought you was gonna be black."
Yeah. That's right. So like, Max never knew who Spider-Man was. Sandman never knew who Spider-Man was.
Right.
The rest of them did.
Right. So which that was always a little. They did that a little too many times in movies, but
Lizard knew.
Pete the way he said Peter.
Well, Goblin found
Goblin
out.
knew.
No,
Octopus knew.
Doctor did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Because they was his student and all that. But anyway, they all came out, and did you like how they? So they had Lizard and Sandman together. Not Lizard. What's the name of Sandman? Electro.
Yeah.
Electro and Sandman came out. They didn't even explain how Jamie Foxx. Remember, he was like, why he don't look like he did?
No one knows. No one knows.
In this,
you know what it is? There's something different about the energy.
Like, man, come on. They even said something. Somebody like, when your teeth messed up, and you was like,
yeah, it's like
you had a comb over and your teeth was messed up. He was like, yeah, whatever.
Lizard, like, Max.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, you had bad teeth and a comb over.
Yeah, I know. It's like, explain that. They kind of didn't really explain it, other than Jamie Foxx, like, I ain't doing that again.
But I mean, to be fair, like,
it was a bad idea.
When he first became Electro, the gap in his teeth fused together.
Right, but I think he might have had some, because his teeth was big for some reason, which didn't make sense. Like, for some reason, I guess he had some false teeth in or something. And
weird.
They was made to be like buck teeth with a gap, and his gap closed, but his teeth were still kind of big or whatever.
Yeah.
Why would the gap close? Two, who cares? You know what I'm saying?
It's so weird. That whole, like, the whole image
specifically showed his gap closing, like that meant something.
Yeah. And so it's like I feel like Jamie Foxx was just like, listen, man, y'all want me in this movie? Then
right. I gotta be myself.
Yeah.
You know?
I ain't putting no more false teeth in. That's done. I ain't gonna be blue no more neither.
Right. That's really done.
Yeah. Like, he was blue for a hot second.
And looked like he was more like energy or something.
Yeah.
And then somehow he turned into himself.
Yeah.
Or he was like and his personality was a little different. It was a little similar, but it was pretty much like a different person because he was more cool, more
it was just
back.
Jamie Foxx.
Right. Instead of the goofy Max Dillon they did which was a mistake.
Spider-Man needs me.
Oh, that's today gonna be my special day because this is my birthday. You know, none of that. He was just a cool dude.
Yeah.
And Sandman for some reason stayed in sand form.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah. And it was like, and I think it's because I forget the actor name.
I think it's Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah, probably didn't really want to come back, or maybe he just like, look, I ain't doing no mocap or whatever, because they I heard they did they de-aged Alfred Molina and William Dafoe.
Okay. Yeah.
Which they do because they look more like they did before they in those movies or whatever. And then William Dafoe, that's like, did it help him or?
I mean, he looks way more monstrous. Like, there's a weird thing and I don't know if this is something extra they did for when he's the Goblin.
Yeah.
But like, when he smiles and he's already got huge, like, he's got some tombstones up top, and he smiles. It's like the way his face stretches for that smile.
Man. He has a monstrous face, and that's just the way he looks. And he loves to play that up. Yeah. When he's acting, because I heard he loved playing the Goblin. That was like one of his favorite roles.
Like, he was always disappointed that folks didn't get to see his face, because he was making faces the whole time, even when he had the helmet on.
Right. So now they decided to break that helmet, the mask, and he just basically wearing glasses with a hood. Yeah. Do you like that look?
I do, actually, especially when he first loses the helmet, because it's like they basically pay homage to the old school Green Goblin. Got the hood with the bit up here, got the shorts or whatever. Right. And so, like, they're just really paying homage. And then when he upgrades his suit, and he actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I think he kind of got. Well, I was like, he do. I was like, I think he got the old suit, but he just got like a purple hoodie that got ripped up. And
like, it looks like
in the way that
it looks like he's like salvaged bits from his glider to add to the armor.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And it looked cool when he came back or whatever. Yeah. But okay, so we got the plot the plot of all the villains came and Spider-Man wants to help them instead of just sending them back.
Well, first, he didn't give a damn. He's like, this ain't my problem.
Right. It ain't my problem because I didn't make that mistake. It's Dr. Strange's problem. He needs to deal with this. That's what I would have said.
Like, I was mad when everybody kept telling him, like, Peter, you got to help these guys. They're going back to
no,
that ain't my problem.
Aunt May kept saying that.
MJ did too.
Yeah, whatever.
Listen,
I'll be like, look, man.
Look, if they died in their worlds because they made choices.
I went to a Sorcerer Supreme for one simple spell and all this other stuff happening, and somehow it's all me. He just Scooby-Doo this shit and leave. No, bro. Get your ass up out here. You need to be doing this stuff with us.
So much. And you know what? Like, this is one problem I do have with this film. And it's a problem that I have with a lot of movies just because it's something that gets done a lot that I'm tired of. When the plot could have been avoided so easily by doing something any reasonable person would have done. Like, all he had to do was call the admissions board and appeal the rejection. Now, in his defense, he didn't know that was a thing he could do.
That, or he don't know if that's going to work. But the thing is,
he didn't.
I'm not going to hold that against him. You know why? Because he just asked Dr. Strange. He didn't force him to do it.
My problem isn't even that. My problem is no one else was able to give him that advice.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He just checked this option out. There's nothing wrong with what he did. My opinion, I don't see nothing wrong with what he did
if
by
Dr.
going
Strange
to Dr.
had done
Strange.
the responsible thing and just said, I don't
know.
have... Like,
he could have just said no.
Like, no, but here's the thing. All dude asked him was, can you turn back time? No, I can't do that. I ain't got the stone anymore. Oh, well, thanks anyways. But then he stopped him from leaving.
Right.
Said, wait, hold on. You know what? Now that I think about it.
I could do this. Did I tell you to do that? Did you tell me that if I talked that the spell was going to be messed up? No. You messed that up, and you ain't even trying to fix it.
and proceeded to blame him for the next hour and a half.
Man, I did not like Dr. Strange in this movie. So, moving right along, Spider-Man wanted to help them. So, as you saw in that second trailer, it was a magic box, well, we do it on magic, that can fix everything for some reason. I guess when he opened that box or pressed the button?
No, the box is going to disassemble the spell. So all the side effects of the spell will go away.
And they just go back.
Well,
it's funny that I'm like, this could just be over. He could just do that. But he decided to help the villains so he took the box or whatever. We saw that in a little clip we watched.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you could just press the damn button. But anyway, that's cool. They let them have like a nice little scene, kind of show off Dr. Strange doing a little action, which they improved all his action with his magic and all that since his movie.
Like, it looked good, man.
Right, his movie just okay. It looked even better. It looked better in what's that? Infinity War.
Like, also,
he did a lot of cool shit in Infinity War.
Also,
a lot of cool shit.
There's some cool moves that he uses to get Spider-Man. So like Spider-Man goes to like swing off. He opens the portal in front of the web and behind him, so he ends up webbing himself up.
Right.
Like, so like you actually get to see like him problem solving with his magic instead of just throwing stuff at people.
Yeah, right. And then they're gonna use those portals to cool effect.
Yeah.
Where he did something where he tried to web away, but he made the web come and catch his foot.
Yeah.
Like, he pulled his own foot. Like what? Like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Which in and of itself feeds back around. So Spider-Man has to show that he can think his way out of things too.
Yeah, right. And he actually beat him in that, got the better of him. So cool. But no, Spider-Man wanted to help the villains.
I will say, in that same scene though, there's also like he does that old, like the ancient one does to the Hulk, blasts his soul out of his body.
Yeah.
And like, I guess it's the spider sense, but like,
right, he was still being able to. His body was still moving without his soul in there, and actually dodging it, which it's probably something to do with that spider sense. Yeah. Maybe lose track.
Sorry.
Okay.
Curing the villains.
All the villains, yeah. So they got this. They got this device that can.
It's
pretty much just
fabricator from Far From Home.
But this, if that thing don't get more unrealistic,
whatever you want,
whatever you need, every problem just solved. Just sitting there, just sitting in the room collecting dust.
It's a Star Trek replicator.
They act like
it can make anything,
but they act like this thing is just useless or something because nobody's using it.
Yeah,
nobody's using it. It's like, wait a minute, if you got this, you know how much problems we can solve in the world.
like that's the thing, right? It's like this is something that like they make it out in Far From Home. That's like, oh yeah, Tony made this a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, we can fix anything.
Right. You just put it in and it'll just make it.
It's like, so it can't make food and water. Once you no longer have to worry about the rest of the stuff, food and water get easier. I don't even know if it
could do that. Like, I guess you just got to put the raw material in it and it
I
just
guess,
do it.
Like, I don't know what kind of filament you put in it, but that's one hell of a 3D printer.
Right. So anyway, that was his idea to fix all the vents. He was like, let me fix them and then send them back, which I guess that'll stop them from dying. I don't know.
Well, it's like, I guess the idea
once they go back, they won't be.
At least for like, I will say for Dr. Octopus and I just realized I haven't called him Doc Ock once.
Doc Ock.
But like him and Green Goblin both like more or less their problems come from the psychological effect of their enhancements.
Right. So if you can cure whatever the chemicals or whatever, then they go back to their normal self.
Like Max's problem is that when he got his powers, he suffered a psychotic break, and you don't fix that by getting rid of powers.
Who was that? Oh, Max.
Yeah.
But without powers, Max,
he's harmless.
Right.
Yeah. He's just a suspiciously in shape Max Dillon.
So so he tried to fix everybody's problem, and that was the part where they all basically like come to the Happy's apartment, and it's just like, I don't describe it. I was looking like it's like come on gang, the team's all here, you know.
And then you got Lizard in the back of the fucking truck.
Yeah, never came out of the truck. But what was he doing in the damn truck where they make the truck shake like that? It's like, dude, you just sitting there, right? What are you doing? You're not fighting a villain right now. Like, I mean, you're not fighting a hero right now.
Lizard is one of those ones that's always funny to me because it's like you have to pick and choose when he's an animal and when he's a scientist.
Which he looks like he looks like the dude from Mario Brothers, the Goon Busters and shit.
Yeah.
The Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah. But no, right. First he's looking like they thought he was a dinosaur or something, and then he's speaking.
The dinosaur talks
with an efficient British accent.
And the only reason he talked is because he saw Max, is that you? Why, the last time I saw you, old boy.
Yeah, no. But no. Okay, so he tried to fix him. Everything was going good until Green Goblin was like, fix me. No, because the thing is about that is, if you know the story, Green Goblin is like two personalities, Norman and the Green Goblin. And so the Green Goblin took over, which I thought was a real cool scene. Which
like I'm still a little mystified by how masterfully Willem Dafoe switches between Norman and the Goblin.
Right.
Because like the Goblin would never do the stuff Norman does. He's not gonna sit there like in his little house coat.
Norman kind of cowardly and all that stuff.
Like, oh, no, you don't understand.
Which is, it's like Norman was an arrogant, powerful man before
I think
he
what
took
it is,
the formula.
Because he visualizes the Goblin as being so powerful.
Yeah, it just makes him more.
The Goblin is the one thing he's afraid of.
Yeah, I get that.
Without the Goblin, he goes back to being, Norman Osborn.
Right, what I'm saying.
What did they call him? Storm and Norman?
Before the Goblin, he still was like a,
I mean,
confident.
He was Lex Luthor before.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But now he's just like such a little punk. He's like like we said, an old homeless. He seemed like a homeless, confused man.
Yeah.
When he came in, like, I don't know what to do.
There's this thing inside of me, and sometimes it takes over me.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I've done.
But
yeah.
But no. So the Goblin made his move.
The only thing they didn't do that I kind of wish they'd done, but I'm okay with them not doing it. Out am I? I would have loved it if they had put that in there.
But no. So anyway, he had a fight. He beat the crap out of Spider-Man. But
bro, he brought a building down with Spider-Man's spine.
He worked him.
I mean, he threw that boy through every structure in the building.
The dopest move he did, he threw him on the roof. He threw him on the ceiling. Boom. And before he hit the floor, he grabbed him and powerbombed him through the floor. Boom!
Through a couple of floors.
And I was like, damn, I know Peter's still young, but I mean, don't you got spider strength? You should be able to. Nah, you ain't ready for this, son.
You ain't ready for this fight. You ain't ready. Oh man.
So yeah, he worked him, but in the process, even also they just killed Aunt May.
Yeah.
So we said, I know this spoiler discussion. It was a powerful moment. I know I just said it like it wasn't nothing, but it was a powerful moment.
Yeah.
For some reason, I forgot why she was there. Oh yeah, she was helping, I guess.
She was there. I mean,
but yeah, but they did this moment where it was kind of realistic to me, where she didn't know how hurt she was.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm good.
It's like they're talking. She gives him this whole pep talk. It's like, all right, now we need to get him.
I just need a minute.
I need to catch my breath.
Right.
And I'll be fine to go. And then, like, it wasn't until she was almost gone they found out, oh, damn, you is leaking.
No, right, yeah, you hurt bad. So, yeah, she died. It was good. You know, it's like, this is why we go to acting class to do this. It was a good moment. You know, when she died, I ain't say it was a good moment, but it was.
Marissa Tomei,
it was good acting. It was a good acting, powerful moment. I don't remember Aunt May dying. I guess she had to at some point.
So
she was old
this
as
is
hell.
what I was worried this was going to end up being, was like a one more day thing where it's like she dies and that's why the whole mind wipe thing happens in the comics. They subverted that.
Oh, so they kind of did that
yeah.
too.
So they subverted that kind of masterfully, where instead of like Peter actually learns the right lesson from her death.
Yeah.
Rather than, the worst lesson.
Right. Well, this is the first time. 'Cause I don't know. It must not have been an Uncle Ben.
Like, or if there was, he died early enough for it not to have.
Right.
An effect
Maybe
on
Ben was just some dude she dated in this universe.
or like he died while Peter was young enough that it didn't hit him
or something. Right.
Yeah.
So he didn't grow up with Uncle Ben in this universe because he never mentioned it.
Yeah.
He could have had an Uncle Ben. He never mentioned it.
Because they even make it a point when the great power with great responsibility line.
That was right. That was the first time he heard that.
Yeah.
Because he never said that in those other two movies.
Yeah.
And she said that to him. And that's when now he becomes the Spider-Man we know that always want to do the right thing because of what his dying relative told him. Yeah. Which I guess they replaced Uncle Ben with Aunt May now.
Yeah.
Where she died same way Uncle Ben died. And that is why that guilt always weigh heavy on him, and that's why he always trying to help.
Like that, knowing you were the reason why that person didn't get to go home that day.
Yeah, no,
that's the thing that makes him Spider-Man.
Right,
that's the moment that sets him on that.
So now he gets to be the Spider-Man we know from this point on.
They went heavy into making him the Spider-Man we know too.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that.
So yeah, she died, and so now we bring in the other Spider-Mans. Do you like how they did that?
Ned's magic now.
I know, out of nowhere.
But and he
That's
never
easy. As long as you got that ring, you just got to circle.
And he never figured out that he needed to turn the hand with the sling ring on it. He never figured that out.
Right. I mean, I don't know. He just kind of did it. It's like, I wish we could just see Peter and then open the portal.
But so the first Spider-Man we get, when he's trying to open a portal,
Amazing Spider-Man.
is the Amazing Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield. Did you like how they did that when they was like, Peter, and he come running through the portal, and they're like, hey, and he took the mask off.
That bothered me. It's
like, who are y'all? Who are you?
like also, why are you not surprised that they know who you are?
Well, first off, he was in their reality, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of was trying to figure out what's going on. When he saw that portal, like, that's somebody who knows something. Let me go through that.
Fair enough.
That's the point. That's what I would have done.
Okay,
if I was in
you got
his
a point
shoes.
there. You got a point. But like he wasted no time. Like, okay, so do you know what's going on?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't care about no secret identity right now. I ain't even in my universe right now. What the hell?
Though there is that bit. It's like, okay, prove you're Peter. I don't know how to do that. do some Spider-Man stuff, and he just jumps and hangs off the ceiling. Like, okay, crawl around a little bit.
I'm not doing that.
I ain't doing that.
This enough, right? But no, that was some funny little banter there.
Then, of course, Toby.
I forgot, how did he show up?
They ended up opening a portal to him too.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's just him in his apartment.
Yeah, because they were still looking for Peter.
Yeah.
And then they found another Peter.
Yeah. He's just standing in this apartment looking around.
But you know what? He should have known because he was still in his universe, right?
It felt like it.
But he was just like, I know that I think Toby has some problems with drinking and gambling and stuff. He just seemed like he's like recovering alcoholic or something.
Yeah.
Just the way he played it.
Yeah.
Because he was just kind of calm about everything. You know what I'm saying?
He does have that kind of serene acceptance that comes from people in like a
little
program.
Too much for somebody who just got not pulled into another dimension.
Well, sometimes stuff happens and you just have to find a healthy way to work through that stuff, and that's because you don't want to go back to the bottle. I mean, the web shooters.
So anyway, they find old boy. They find Tom Holland.
And then it's like, as with most things in this movie, it's like, okay, you didn't need to try magic. You could have just thought, where does my friend go when he doesn't want to be bothered?
Yeah. So,
but we had to get the other Spider-Man in there. So
right. So they brought the other guys in. He's like, y'all don't belong here. Y'all need to go home. Like, yeah,
you gotta go.
What? We're ahead of you. That's what we trying to do.
Like, as soon as someone shows us how, bud.
But then also, that's their villains, and they know how to deal with it. So it's like, okay. So we got us a team up. Yeah. Team up, y'all. So Spider-Man team up.
We get the great power, great responsibility message gets hammered home one more time. Then they go to set about coming up with a way to fix everybody.
Yeah, which is a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
This is what we was talking about on the other review. They are actually doing using a Spider-Man arc where Spider-Man fixes his villains.
Yeah.
He always tried to help his villains. He never just beat them up or Punisher style kill them. He tries to help them get a cure for whatever's going on, or whatever he can do. If he can't, he'll take them to jail or whatever.
From themselves.
Save them from themselves, even though they're trying to kill him in the process. This is and they kind of made that a thing now, where it's like the other ones kind of say, "Hey, this is how we do this."
Yeah,
and they paste and they kind of put it as like they teaching him. The other two Spider-Man
teach him how to be Spider-Man,
right? Which is kind of cool. Yeah. Did you like that? How they did that?
I did actually. I kept expecting to roll my eyes, but I'm like, no, I'm for this. This is dope.
Right.
Like, one, these two have already at least proven to me that they know how to be Spider-Man to some extent.
Right.
And like also in teaching him how to be Spider-Man, they're doubling down on like, no, this is what Spider-Man does. This is what Spider-Man is.
Yeah. And so yeah, I liked all that. So then, we got we're gonna have a fight. We're gonna have a boss fight. And they got to fight. They got to take down all these villains.
Yeah.
So it's like their motivation is kind of. Now that's the thing about the villains. Motivation is up and down.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want? At one point, Max Dillon wasn't. Like I said, he wasn't like he was.
He just wanted power.
But okay,
and
so he did get a hold of the arc reactor,
yeah.
which I can understand him being. I don't know why I want this.
I don't know why he's still here.
What do you mean?
Well, because this is my thing. You got the arc reactor.
Yeah.
That's a lot of power.
Well, no, but see, they know that if that box was killing him, so they trying to. He said, "I'm here to take the box."
That's right. You're
he
right.
said, "I want that box, and in exchange for the box, I'll let you live." That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. It's like, even for as bad as he got, Max isn't like an indiscriminate killer.
Yeah.
But I don't think Goblin is.
You think?
And we can definitely say Lizard doesn't care much about human lives.
Right. He want to turn people to lizards. Why? Oh, I don't know.
I love even the other villains won't give him a pass on that. Like, when he's talking to Max when they've got them on lockdown.
Yeah.
I tell you, Max, if you want a real makeover, I can give you a good one. Let me guess, you gonna turn me to the lizard? Yes.
Man, if you don't get your crazy ass, like you the craziest out of all the villains, though.
like we all had shit we was trying to do. You just want to turn people into lizards.
Yeah, don't you? It's like, you don't get your crazy ass. Man. But no. You know, it was so they had a fight scene with the Spider-Mans. I thought that was cool, but I wanted that to be a little cooler. I just felt like when they was like the reason why I say that is when they said it's not working, we need coordinated attack. So once they did their coordinated attack, they didn't do too much different to me. I was like, I kind of just back and forth.
I mean, they had some cool little combo moves, but that was about it.
It wasn't like dope like.
And even then, that didn't last but for a hot second.
Yeah, like
they went right back to working.
It just felt random still. Like no matter they was working together, it still felt random.
It's just all of a sudden they got a little more successful.
Right, I just think I don't know if they had time because by this time there's so much going on. Like if they would have came up with some cool combinations, combos they could have done, coordinating. Yeah, they could have did some cool ass coordinated attacks that defeated the villains. Yeah, would have been kind of dope. But they kind of just did a little bit and okay, like you said, all of a sudden they just a little more successful. Yeah,
I mean we did get. Andrew Garfield talking a little bit of shit, so I was happy to see that. Yeah. But like that was
right. So, but yeah, so he, instead of killing all the villains, he just cured them all one at a time. It was funny they came up with the cures like it was just like that. Oh, cure Sandman. Oh yeah, I got you. Cure lizard. Oh yeah. They made a joke with that where Andrew Garfield was like, oh yeah, it's no problem.
I've already cured Connors before. Whipping up another one will be no problem.
Nope. What? It's no big deal. like damn, that easy, huh?
And I wonder if part of that is because like one of the things they very much hammered home with his version of Spider-Man is his he's very down on himself.
Right. Well, he's a little cocky. That's where everybody had a problem. Well,
because when he's talking to the other Spider-Man, it's like, no, it's just you're both so cool, and I'm just lame.
Right, but he was kind of like joking, and they was like, no, you're not lame. Said, no, you're amazing.
No, like he's even like, I mean,
he was trying to say, I didn't mean like I'm really lame. I was just saying it because you got that cool.
Okay,
thing.
So that's interesting because that's not how I saw it. Like. And I guess part of that's because I do this sometimes. It's like when people try to like compliment you, the only direction you know to go is down. Right. So it's like I suck. I'm horrible. Y'all are cool. It's like no, you can do this. Like no. I get you think that, but you're wrong.
But see, I feel you, but I just took it like he wasn't insulting himself. It was just kind of something to say just to boost him up. But they took it as, oh, you think you lame? Oh no, you're not lame. I don't mean I'm lame. I was just saying that just to say what you do is cool. But it is what it is.
Okay. Either way,
it's not even worth the discussion.
Yeah, it's either
so,
way. But they freaked out a little bit a little earlier when they found out that Toby's webs were organic.
Right. So that was a whole little scene. That was a funny little moment. So they had a couple of funny little conversations.
Toby
like
and Andrew bonded over being broken old men.
Right. Did they? Oh, that point when he cracked his back. I thought that was a bit odd, but I guess that's what they was trying to allude to. Yeah. They've been doing this and they've
been doing it for a while, so they've gotten a couple like repetitive stress injuries.
And that what made me say Spider-Man need to be a little more durable if you're gonna keep on him doing what he do. Yeah. Like they need to make that more, something more something more canon of explaining why his body just ain't falling apart. Yeah. Because according to them, basically he just got a human body.
Yeah.
I mean, he got superhuman strength, but
because like he's supposed to be super durable, but they never show that.
He always
in
getting
the
hurt,
movies.
or does he heal faster than normal humans?
He does, but like again, a lot of the cool stuff that they've shown with his biology in the comics never makes it into the movies.
Right.
Like
one throwaway line to make me feel
like
better.
He got bit by a vampire one time, and his immune system fought off vampirism in like a day and a half.
Sure. So whatever. One throwaway line will make me feel better. Just giving him a little more durability.
Yeah.
Explaining why you can get thrown through 3 floors and you got cracked ribs
out of 2 windows.
You said your ribs might be broken, which makes sense. But the next day you're fighting like there's not, and that's okay. But like, Spider-Man,
make it like just give it a little more attention.
I just like to know, do you heal fast like from broken bones in one day? That's cool.
Yeah.
If you do, but just give me one throwaway line.
Like, otherwise, it feels inconsistent, right?
Right. That's cool though.
Yeah.
But no. You know, they had a fight and they had a moment.
Had they fight on the Statue of Liberty with the Captain
which is
America
made out of
shield.
like bronze or something.
No, they just cleaned it. Like that's what the Statue of Liberty would look like. It's all copper. It's just oxidized. That's why it's green.
There you go. I didn't really know that. I thought it was like whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they do that now, it'll look like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll tell you what. Statue was not on the Statue of Liberty. They got the Captain America shield in her hand instead of the torch.
I didn't expect that to bother me as much as it did. I was surprised by how bothered I was by this. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I would like to. No, that was all right. Whatever. It was,
like, I can kind of get with it because that's that universe. You know?
Yeah. Just something to give you a little different.
Yeah,
I guess. But yeah, they fighting over that. But that was all right. And then they did cure everybody. And the thing is, so are they not dead now?
I guess.
Because I wasn't sure. They all go back.
Yeah.
But do they get to go back and just
like
live?
I guess the question is like, at what point did they get taken and go back? Because if it's like mid-fight.
Well, no, they went back after all the cures.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, is Green Goblin gonna get dropped right back into the fight he was in with Spider-Man? Because the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that comes back is after fighting both him and Doc Ock.
Yeah, right.
So it's like the Spider-Man he comes back with won't know that.
Don't even ask.
Yeah, it's like, so it's not gonna be like the Spider-Man they're fighting is like, hey, you're not evil anymore.
Right. Oh, sorry, Spider-Man. Sorry.
Like I'm just imagining like Norman Osborn's like, I'm back home, and the glider is still like this close to impaling.
Oh.
Remember that shit?
Oh. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Oh, shit. But no, okay, so this is the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
This is the thing right here. So the spell get released or whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody, was he intended for them to just live there and here?
No. So the idea was
because I thought like once they all went back, like we was just asking.
Yeah.
But I was like, what was his original plan?
So the plan was not to send them back without fixing them. So like the idea is like,
so they can explain to Spider-Man that they're cool now.
I'm all good now.
You just killed my girlfriend.
A much smaller version of you cured me of my insanity. I'm okay now. I'll
think
go
I'm
to
gonna fall
jail.
for that. Okay, so but what I was gonna say is so.
But then Green Goblin blew up the device.
All right, so Marvel has a out.
Yeah.
Marvel figured out a out for them. So they say we're gonna do this 3 movies. We're gonna be out. How you gonna do that? Everybody knows him. Everybody knows he's Spider-Man. He fought for the world. Da da da.
Nope.
Well, we got a spell.
So
those spells.
I'm getting tired of magic. I'm getting so tired of magic.
Man. Magic.
So
you
we
can do
get to the
anything.
point. The spell is gone loose. Doctor Strange can't like fix it the way it was when he first cast it. So he has to cast it the way he was originally going to.
Yeah.
Only now, instead of erasing the fact that people know Spider-Man and Peter Parker are the same person, he's erasing Peter Parker.
Right, but so do they know Spider-Man?
They know
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Don't know Spider-Man's Peter Parker.
They don't know Peter Parker's a guy that exists.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But do they still
anywhere in the world
got memory of
but Spider-Man
with Spider-Man?
So like I'm gonna assume like Doctor Strange still knows who Spider-Man is.
Right, they know, but they don't know.
They know that
Parker, they don't know his secret identity.
They don't know his secret identity. So,
how would that work? You take that memory away.
Yeah,
I guess it works. I don't know.
I mean,
I guess it didn't matter.
Like they need to be more specific with the parameters. Like it's every evidence of Peter Parker's existence erased or just memories. Because like if he goes to school the next day and they look in their rosters,
damn, you know what? Goddamn right. They got to think about that because they recorded all this.
Yeah.
It's on the news.
Yeah.
And
so it's like there's no part of what he said about the spell should have.
But nobody even know he exists. Though.
No one knows because like when you see him at the end,
I guess they just think
that's why when you see him unpacking in the apartment at the end, he has the GED test guide.
Where he had to go back to school.
Yeah, because he can't go back to Midtown and say, I'm a student here, I'm trying to graduate, because no one knows Peter Parker exists. So,
yeah. But, like, what about his identity as in...
I have no clue.
Like, does he still got a social security number?
Right? So, like,
I guess he still got. I know what. I guess he still has an identity as Peter Parker. Just nobody who knew him knows him.
Yeah.
So that makes.
I hate magic.
I know. So that's Marvel out. Anybody in the Marvel universe don't know Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Now.
And so for whatever reason, as a side effect of that, I guess he's now no longer using the Stark Tech suit. He went and sewed his own Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, which originally how he made his suit. So
and
they going from the original.
And now I'm mad at it because it's like
it's shiny.
It's shiny.
It looked like a cosplay.
I don't mind. I don't mind that it's a brighter blue, but it's brighter than the blue he usually has. It's like a shiny
silly,
light blue.
Actually.
Yeah, I'm not cool with it. Like I will even say, it reminds me of like the Spider Armor Mark IV, which is like a really bright, shiny spider suit.
Yeah.
But
they could have just gave him just a tone that shininess down. And it's fine.
They literally told this man, it's like, okay, you're gonna have 4 suits this movie.
But. Yeah, that's Marvel out, man.
Yeah.
That now he's done. He's back in Sony. Now I don't know if what I was hearing Andrew Garfield say he done.
He's done. Yeah, he's like, it's cool to get to come back and play the character, but I have no interest in like playing the character.
I hope so. Honestly, I actually hope so. And honestly, you don't even need no more movies, especially one after this.
Yeah.
This was a good send-off.
This is a great send-off, yeah.
It was a good send-off, and now what are we going to do?
We established Spidey status quo, so whatever you think Spidey gets up to, go ahead.
I think they've said, hey, let's just make all these other characters. Somebody's son of a... Now they just going to try to do the Morbius and the Venom and the Kraven and the Silver Sable. They're going to just keep coming out with this, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. And of course, they also left a tiny bit of Venom in the MCU.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that on a separate video.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the post-credit scenes on a separate video. But that's our spoiler discussion on this movie, man. Spider-Man is now operating in New York. Nobody knows who he is, which is the way the original story is. Well,
he's back to being broken and living in a rundown apartment, too.
Which is his story.
That's his.
But he always got girlfriends and stuff. Maybe he can meet that world's Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, another suspiciously hot woman.
Oh, they did show Betty Brant.
Yeah, though she ended up with Ned.
Well, okay, there you go. So he ended up being Hobgoblin. In the other universe. Yeah. Anyway, so that's our spoiler discussion for Spider-Man: No Way Home. Looks like we talked for about an hour.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to wrap it up. Anybody watch the video, if you survived this discussion, then please, you got to subscribe.
You got to.
If you listen to us for an hour.
If you listen to us jabber on for an hour and you didn't subscribe, man.
Subscribe. That means you like us.
Yeah.
If you listen to this long, subscribe. And we got more discussions on more things. Next week we doing The Matrix.
Yes.
And we definitely going to do a spoiler discussion on that. So subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get alerts when we post that and when we live stream.
And if you liked what you saw here today, and I'm thinking if you made it this far, you did, hit that thumbs up down below, and please drop a comment. What's your favorite moment from Spider-Man No Way Home if you've seen the movie?
Yes, we out of here.
Peace.
Peace.